Hi YouTube, it's Fly Fishing Piper. I'm just getting ready to go out to the Swift River tomorrow. Suffering from some cabin fever, so I figure the best way to get over that is to go out and spend some time fly fishing. Massachusetts aren't a lot of places to go, but the Quabbin Reservoir has a tailwater called the Swift River, and it always runs cold and clear year-round. The state stocks it with rainbows, some browns, and there's brookies in the river. Nice little brookies. I love brook trout. But anyway, tomorrow I'm going to get up early and head out there. But as I was putting my flies together for the trip, I noticed that I was missing a fly. So I thought I would use today, tie a few flies. I've only done a couple of fly tying videos. The one that the fly that I'm going to tie today is called a IOBO Humpy, and Humpy's usually tied with deer hair, sometimes with elk hair, but it's a floating fly. Just sits in the film of the water, so it's one that can be seen and that the fish will rise to. Now on the Swift River, it gets a lot of action, pretty highly pressured. There's about 1.5 miles or 2 miles, I think, of fly fish only area, catch and release. And if you want to be productive or effective on that stretch of water, you have to use small flies. A size 16 is probably the biggest fly that you'll see out there. Most flies are 18, 20s, 22s, and some smaller. My son ties a couple of flies that are size 30. Now, just in reference, a size 30 is probably about the size of the head of a pin, so pretty small. But it'll get the fish to rise. So I'm going to tie a couple of those, probably about a dozen or so, and you'll see that in the video that follows. I'm smoking today. This is kind of my no-name. I've had this forever. I use this pipe a lot when I tie flies because it's a sitter, a poker sitter. And today I'm smoking, in keeping with going to the river, I'm smoking some P&C Anglers Dream. I love this tobacco. I ordered it in bulk, and it's one of my standbys. So the video is going to follow. I hope you like it. For those of you that don't like fly fishing or fly tying, feel free to certainly end it here. To all my subscribers, I want to thank you very much for subscribing. If you like the video, please check off the like box, and if you haven't already subscribed, please do so. It's very much appreciated. And any ideas for future episodes, I would appreciate. So take care, tight lines, and I hope you enjoy the video. I'm just putting together some flies to take out to the Swift River in Massachusetts. It's a tailwater of the Quabbin Reservoir. So it always runs really clear and cold year-round. And it's stocked by the state. It holds some browns, rainbow trout, and some really nice little brookies to play with. It sees an awful lot of pressure, so flies that work the best out there tend to be tiny flies. This is a size 20, and this is called the IOBO Humpy. IOBO stands for It Otta Be Outlawed. And in this case, it's a very accurate, a very good name for it. It's tied with one CDC feather, so it's pretty a pretty simple tie. I'm not the world's best tire, but we'll give this a try. So you start with one CDC feather. This is a dun colored CDC feather. Now these stems are pretty brittle, so take a little care to make sure that they don't snap. Tie the feather on at the tip, just behind the eye, and then work it back. Now, gotta be careful with the first couple of loops to make sure it doesn't break. Then after that, begin to tie back or pull back the feather with each wrap. And the idea is you want to try to get as much feather back here as you can. Okay. Next step is to anchor it at the rear of the hook, and then bring the thread back to the eye. Gather it all up and bring it forward, and then tie it behind the eye. Whoops. Tie it right behind the eye, just like that. Now, one of the videos I watched, a fellow took some turns through the feather to help anchor it in, and so that's what I've been doing since. Found to be pretty effective. And make a nice little head. I like to tie a couple of loops behind it so it stands up a little more. And all that's left to do now is to whip finish. Cut the thread. And then anything that's sticking out, just tighten that up a little bit. And there is the CDC Jumpy. All set to catch me a nice rainbow trout. Thanks for watching.